Welcome to the Mound City Council meeting for June 9th, 2026. We are in the council chambers. Can we get a call to order, please?
Per the council's request 2 meetings ago, we've amended the agenda to have roll call now at the beginning. So when you hear your name, please say here. Councilmember Herrick?
Here.
Councilmember McEnany?
Here.
Councilmember Pugh?
Here.
Acting Mayor Castellano?
Here.
Thank you.
All right, and can we now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alright. Let's see, we have our main agenda. Do we have any amendments to the agenda?
I have one amendment to the consent agenda, which is in front of you. It says 5G, it's 5I. We received an application for a gambling permit from the Tonka Lions for Spirit of the Lake, so this would be a consent item 5I.
Okay. All right, can we get a motion to adopt the agenda with the amendment?
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion. Can we get a second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? That passes. Let's see. You
Public
got the
comments.
second, I'm sorry?
Oh, it's just public comment.
Yeah, okay, adopt the agenda. All right, we are on to the public comment section. If there's anyone from the public that would like to speak about any item that is not on the agenda. Yep, you can come up and speak.
Oh, gonna put me on the spot, okay.
Yep, and if whoever's coming up to speak, just state your name and address when you reach the
That's
podium.
perfect. So, my name's Christina Meyer, and I've been a resident here with my family for 13 years. And we live on West Edge, at 2676 West Edge Boulevard. And we're here today because of the detour that is not being managed properly, and it's increased traffic on our street 1,000%. We've even had property damage now since this started on June 1st. There's actually a police report filed about it. Our mailbox was hit. It was hit so hard that it actually pulled the concrete base out of the ground. And it's making us concerned not only just for our pets, for our kids most certainly, because now school's out. And I know that the speed was dropped down to 20 miles an hour. That's not enough. I've noticed driving through the neighborhood that the Sugar Mill property, or this Sugar Mill development, they have road closed for through traffic. And they have the luxury of having that at the Sugar Mill turnoff of West Edge, and then also on Robin Lane, which is on Lyndale. It's eliminating the traffic for going around those areas, because what's happening is it's backing up so far on West Edge, it's pushing people down to Lyndale. I've been in talks with Jesse multiple times. He had said that the detour was supposed to be pushed to 92. It appears that there's been a lot of problems, that it has not been managed properly to keep the residents safe on West Edge. So I'm here today to try to find out something better to do to protect everyone on that street. Lowering it to 20 miles an hour is not going to do any justice. Actually, putting the speed limit sign down to 20 miles an hour is not going to cut down on the traffic. We need to close that road to through traffic and push that detour to 92. Not only are cars driving fast, we're having semis coming down there, full-size semis, going 30, 35 miles an hour. That's dangerous. So we really need to think about it and put residents first, okay? This detour is not supposed to be coming down West Edge. It says 92. We need to push that way and close off West Edge. That's what I want to talk about. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
No, it's not 110, it's 92.
Thank you. All right, public comments are still open, yep.
Thank you. Anyone else? Nice to meet you. You remember me? Class of 76, Steve Weiland. 5544 Spruce Road a long time ago. Now it's Frankfort, South Dakota. I'm back in town because it's our 50-year reunion, and I've got an idea, a proposal. And I wanted to thank the city, the council, Mayor Holt, Jesse, who I just met, for a couple of minutes to bounce this off of you. My proposal is a day of recognition and remembrance for Mound City. That's what our city was called before it was incorporated. The maps that I brought, the fire department pictures, back about the time the Pugh family moved into town in the mid-60s. Your brother played on my dad's team.
Yeah.
I was watching him get ready for the game tonight. Judge Woolner was still alive then. Walt Jarl used to call the games when he wasn't being crabby in town, and I digress. The history is so rich that Prince had to put it in a movie. We live on a very special area. I still consider this my home. I was at Shirley Hills, where I started. There's a burial mound right behind there that connects with the church. It's serendipitous that there's a school and a church and dead Indians underneath that. My idea for the city, October 12th, my dad's birthday, Columbus Day, Indigenous People Day, and the City of Mound Day of Remembrance and Recognition for the indigenous people buried underneath our soil. I have 2 Athabascan Native Americans that are willing to come. They're both TV stars, as well known as Mr. Sorbo and our friend Kevin. They were on the Life Below Zero series. I've been up to Alaska a few times now. My proposal would be to bring down guest speakers. We'll have a day of recognition. It's going to start small, like the Ren Fest did in Jonathan before it got so big. Now it's in Shakopee. Publicity. Eric Perkins is on board with Care 11. Okay? Mayor says you don't have a events planner. Fine, I'll volunteer. I'm certified food safety planner. I've done business plans. I've got deep pockets. You need a buzz. You need publicity. You need people to come and visit the city, spend some money, eat some Native American food, go to a powwow, which they call a potlatch, have a dance on the lake, maybe down on the point on Harrison Bay by my Uncle Frank, who served on the city council, planted a tree that's still there on the beach that we used to swim on. And people will come, to quote James Earl Jones from Field of Dreams. It is a dream right now. I've tried to convince, thank you to John Gulbranson for helping drag some stuff out here with me. We've got our 50-year reunion coming up in August. I'll be back in a couple weeks to go water skiing with a friend of mine. Let's make the town as big as it was in the 70s when, and you remember, move over to Detroit, make way for Mound, Minnesota. I worked at Tonka Toys part-time. It won't cost the city anything except maybe an officer. We might even borrow an Orno officer since they seem to overlap. The permits, I'll vet the food truck. You'll have Native American food. You'll have the real deal here, and it'll be sustainable moving forward if the city wants it to be. If anybody has any questions, the mayor has my contact information. I think you do too, Jesse. I'm easy to reach because I'm old now. And I love coming back. It's only a 250-mile one-way trip. That's not bad. It's a straight shot out 212 if you want to come out and visit. Do you remember Terry Seaman?
Yeah.
He got sick and died out by where I live now. So just west of Watertown.
Are you proposing October 12th?
There and
just
around the
thereabouts?
weekend, yes. See,
Okay.
since it would be a approved, well, what, a secular holiday, since it's nothing to do with a Christian holiday or any religious thing, it would have to do with the city itself, and the city would want to possibly parallel it. It would be up to the city to decide if you want it to run with indigenous people and Columbus Day. Nobody's going to get rid of Columbus Day. Hopefully nobody's going to get rid of a day of recognition and remembrance. I did some digging. Nobody else has got one of these things. Not with a city like we've got. St. Paul doesn't have this yet. Yet.
Well, it would be fun. I mean, I love history. We all love Mound history, so.
You can make money. Think Think about the Legion having more people than they can serve on that weekend. Think about the hotels, maybe a B&B in the area. Think about the publicity when Eric Perkins talks it up on TV and some other folks, and it gets around. And now you got people wanting to come down from Canada or over from South Dakota. Where are they gonna stay? Well, maybe you build another hotel in 5 years.
Well,
First, we
don't-
gotta get a
don't
few
have
people
hotel.
here. First, we gotta get a few people here.
Sure.
See what happens. I'll waste the money, okay? I will pay for everything.
That's very generous.
Well,
That
it's,
includes appearance fees, we're talking life below zero. Rico DeWild and Tig Strasberg, and then Rob Fairbanks, if you want to write down those names, I can forward this to you, the contacts. They're the real deal. They're Nat Geo TV stars. They like me.
well, I
They
think,
like that I came up there on a vacation and went wolf hunting, but
sure.
it has to be about the Benjamins for the city. I hate to say it that way, it has to be about more than just the buzz. It has to be sustainable financially, and I can make that happen with the city's help. It has to be a group effort.
No, we're always looking for more
Yeah.
events in that new park.
And,
So-
you know,
And
we.
you, I gotta shake your hand if you don't
Well, yeah,
mind.
because, we had the new park.
I haven't seen you
I
in so
know,
long.
I know,
Richie came to my dad's funeral.
yeah, uh-huh,
That touched my heart. It's nice
yeah,
to see you,
see it.
Dawn.
No,
So
no,
next-
I'm Sherry.
Now you're
I'm the
Sherry.
oldest. Don passed away. Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
wow, don't get old. I got shirts.
That's what everyone tells
So
me.
Your sister's older sister?
I'm the oldest one, yeah,
Your mom was my first bowling coach.
yeah.
And I just went to Scott Keckler's funeral. Sorry, we need to do this
yeah.
off the clock. Are you getting paid for this?
Well, anyway,
Well,
what I
thank
was
you.
gonna say is,
Thank you.
it.
Can
We-
you repeat your name? Was it Scott?
Steve.
Steve.
Steven
So-
with a V, that's what Grandpa Weiland used to call me when I
Weiland.
was naughty.
Are you Wyland
Well,
Park?
Sounds like
Frank
they
was
know
my
how to get a hold of you.
godfather.
Wayland Park?
That's my uncle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Weiland,
Wyland.
yeah.
please.
Thank
My
you.
middle name is Philip, and Dad was a
I'd like to
volunteer
say
fire
something.
department.
You have deep roots.
Yeah.
Uh,
Excuse me.
Jacob, my great-grandpa, grew up by St. Bonnie.
Yeah.
That's why I brought, the Weilands came over from Germany.
Mm-hmm.
My grandpa was born in 1900 at home, but he's got a couple of older relatives that I remember when I was a kid. So I can trace my roots back to when they came over through Ellis Island in the late 19th century. This ain't
Well,
about
No,
any of
think-
us. It's about the town, it's about the dead Indians that we walk on, it's about making some money for the future in a sustainable way. The country needs this, folks.
yeah,
We're so divided. Go to a reservation. Like I said, I'm friends with Kathy
Sure.
Peltier. Go to a reservation in Minnesota, any place. They got them in Wisconsin. Go away from the casinos and go see where the people live.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Mound
Steve, we
can
have
help
talked
itself,
about,
and it will spread in a nice way. I know this.
yeah,
Crafts, all kinds of, kids can, there'll be stuff for kids. Beadwork, all kinds of stuff. You get them away from the darn smartphones. I'm digressing. Yeah, I'm passionate. Your sister and talk to Richie, tell him I was out here. all right?
yeah,
You do
I
that?
will, I will. I was
Thank
gonna
you,
say,
Steve.
though, that we are trying to look at doing something for an opening of the new park. So downtown where the,
Oh, by where the
The
old
Harbor
post
District.
office
yeah,
used
where
to
the old
be?
post office, you know, we're,
Lost Lake there?
yeah, it's Lost Lake Commons is
Right
the
back
name
where
of it.
Marks and Company used, my dad
Right.
used to have a shop right back there where Dr. Lauer's, remember where Dr. Lauer
And
was?
we're having some historical signage that's going in there in the next couple of months and stuff. And so we've talked about doing some sort of dedication, and maybe this could be the opportunity to make
The only
those
reason I
things
picked
happen.
Indigenous People Day is because I thought it was a fit because
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
no.
connection with the natives.
No, and I think it's very.
I don't
fitting.
care if it's on Christmas.
Okay.
You can quote me on that.
You wouldn't want to drive
So-
back on Christmas.
Sure.
That time of year, would you?
Yeah. Well, I want to make sure.
I
everyone
get
gets their
around,
chance.
I'm a recovering Catholic, I'll just leave it at that. It's not pertinent in a political meeting. so.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Love your passion. and great idea.
Anabasi in Athabascan, that means thanks be to God for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Does anybody else want to speak?
My name is Matthew Meyer. husband of Christina who spoke earlier.
Okay.
Yes,
2676 West Edge Boulevard.
Thanks.
And again, I'd like to reiterate the fact that, yes, you drop the speed limit, you put bags over the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, and then about 200 yards down, you have the first small, square, 20-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. Why would that be placed closer to the actual speed limit sign? It needs to be closer to that intersection so people know that they need to slow down. I mean, this is, honestly, it's getting ridiculous sitting out on my front porch watching this mayhem unfold. And there's, seems like nothing is being done for us. Down by the trail crossing, lots of no parking signs, green cones, this, that, everything. Our street, nothing. I went down my road yesterday and I put orange cones down the center of the road. They were sitting by my driveway. So I felt that, hey, my children play out here, other people play out here, people walking their dogs. I've seen people wait 2 to 3 minutes to cross the street because traffic is not slowing down, heeding to pedestrians. It's, again, the original plan, Jesse, correct? That's you? You are Jesse? Okay, my wife spoke with you. And you said the original plan was to detour the traffic where?
Well, the main detour is definitely 92.
Okay, so main detour, what dictates that? Is that commercial vehicles?
It would be all traffic, and I hate to do it to you, Matt, but I am going to defer to the city engineer for engineering
Okay.
questions.
Yeah, defer to whomever you need, but I would say with the semi-trucks that are rolling down our street at the speed that they're rolling at, we just got a text message from a neighbor on Beechwood. There was a vehicle, construction vehicle, taking a right from West Edge down Beechwood and lost the whole front end, gouged the road. I don't know, I didn't see any pictures,
It
but.
just happened, actually. when I
Yeah,
was-
just happened 30, 40 minutes ago. Like, it's getting out of control. Our mailbox got smoked by something, be it a construction vehicle or a vehicle traveling too fast. But either way, we need to think about children and the neighbors, the tax-paying citizens of Mound, and not worry about commercial vehicles that should be routed down 92 to the point where there's no trucks rolling down my road. I'll deal with the increase. I know that there's people that live in the neighborhood that it's the shortcut through, right? But vehicles that are working, commercial vehicles, should not be going down our road. Can we all agree to that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's a residential street. We have no yellow lines. It's getting out of hand. We need either road closed to through traffic. Obviously, locals will get around that, kind of like they get around, the road closure in front of 15 on the weekends. No construction, people sneak by. I get it. That's okay. But speed limit, no construction vehicles. And let's, put the priority of our children. I've got 2 of them here. They play outside in our front yard all the time. And it just seems like, what is this gonna take to get something to change? Mailbox didn't do it. There's another vehicle that I just spoke about that wrecked. And I'm sure that's not the first. You could probably contact the police department. See, he's sitting back there. There's probably, it's not the first time that they've been called for something like that. Speed, definitely, but I'll digress. Use your better judgment, and let's make some changes for the better, especially for the children of the neighborhood and people walking their dogs, and just safety in general.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
Well,
time.
we hear you, and we've had, many conversations with neighbors, just like you, and Jesse is aware of it, Matt's aware of it. I mean, I don't know, can they put signs on West Edge that say no commercial vehicles, or?
You definitely
There's
reroute it.
not a standard sign for that, so Jesse and I talked about it a little bit. I've been kind of racking my brain on what would make sense. We are still gonna need,
How about no trucks?
we still need some trucks to get through. We need
Well,
some
obviously, the
construction
local
traffic to get
construction,
through.
if they're
Right.
doing the water tower, that's fine, but
But
these
semis-
big rigs, like
Yeah.
toting
Yeah.
goods.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
No.
No, they must be like lost.
And that road,
No,
West Edge, was
they're-
just
they're-
redone, what, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
You guys assessed us for it, so we should have a say in what goes on with our road. We paid for part of it.
It's a collector street, so it is gonna take more traffic. We did look long and hard about discussing how to set the detours up. Kind of understood that no matter what we did,
Signs.
people within the closure area were gonna
Signs.
take West Edge then.
Okay,
Take
but
West Edge no
signs,
matter
I
what.
see, there's so many signs, you know, detouring people this way, but there's no signs. There's actually a sign that says detour down West Edge.
That is
That's where
correct.
the detour is going.
Yes.
I mean, in full disclosure, I live on West Edge Boulevard, so I've been putting up with this nonsense for over 10 years. We had the same problem when we had constructions, and I agree with him. I had to pay an assessment, and now we've got damage to the road, the property of the city. Is that
All the
not a
extra
city
traffic.
street?
Wait,
Or is it a,
No, it's
Something
a
else.
city street.
uh-huh,
City Street.
okay, good answer.
well, what can we do to change that into a residential
So
street?
I want to know, if you all find out, I want to know who did the damage to the road, and we want to follow up, and I want to make sure that their insurance covers the damage to our street. Now, the other point that I want to make in agreement with them is that we've got one 20-mile-an-hour sign on the way here, and I know that, I'm sure Dustin probably made those, I don't know, but I think we can do better. We can be a little bit more clearer on the fact that, hey, this is 20 miles an hour now, and then I'm planning on having a discussion with our lovely police officer over here. I had a conversation with the gentleman on Friday that was here, actually at your house, to write the report up about the mailbox. I saw it with my own eyes. He's not exaggerating. It pulled a blob of concrete right out of the dirt, and their yard is a hill. So this car had to go off out of its way to hit it. But I talked to the young gentleman that was there from the Orono Police Department, and he kind of looked at me like I was half crazy, but you know what? If these cars, if the speed limit's marked 30, if they're going 31, I want a ticket written. We could finance the Orono Police Department next year with the traffic that's coming down West Edge right now.
Absolutely.
And I mean, if that's the speed limit, fine. And then if the speed limit's going to be 20, and believe me, I've driven down it, it's hard to stay at 20. That will deter quite a bit of the traffic in itself. This is insane. I mean, I watched a semi loaded down with sand or dirt or whatever it has, and I mean a big one of those, I don't even know what it's called, big long thing. And it's coming down West Edge, down the hill at 35 miles an hour, because they have a metered thing at the end of the street there. 35 miles an hour, and you could hear him hitting the brakes and the thing and trying to slow down so that he could get around that curve. I mean, someone is going to end up through that fence and down over the hill if they don't kill someone first. And I mean, I saw 5 little boys out there Sunday on their bicycles without helmets on. That's a parental issue, I'm sure, but at the end of the day, we have a certain responsibility to these citizens to protect these kids. And we're not doing it. We are failing miserably.
Absolutely.
So, Matt, Jesse, whatever
Thank
we
you.
have to do, we need to get a handle on this. And to their point, there are pylons and everything else down by the trail crossing, and I find it a little confusing too, because it almost entitles those kids to walk out into traffic.
Yeah.
And I think that's bad. I don't know what, I'm pretty sure there's a stop sign there, but I'm
Two
pretty
of
sure,
them.
I'm pretty sure if you're 5, you probably don't see that. You see a pylon, and go, okay, I can go out, you know, and then they're on a bike and they're just voonk. It's just a matter of time.
That's, exactly. It's-
Yeah, so that's actually administrative. Brian and Drew worked with the staff over there that we got no parking up all along
Yep.
there. And then the cones, the delineators are meant to act more like a kind of a small bump out and make sure people are more aware that there's a trail crossing there.
I will tell you, that's the
Yeah,
alternate
it's
solution
And
for
that- you
these
said That was the
residents.
city of Minnetrista that did that?
That area is in the city of Minnetrista.
Okay,
so that
but are they the
we're-
ones
we're
responsible
coordinating.
for actually putting up the signs and kind of doing
No,
what they
that's,
did?
the signs that are out there are either directly from our project or city staff, kind of working on those.
Okay,
So that, I didn't know that you spread the cones out in the center of the road. I thought
Yeah.
maybe Dustin did that.
no, I
Dustin.
didn't, because nobody else is doing anything to slow traffic down. We sit out, we scream at traffic, my girls like to do it too, it's not a good habit to get into, but when there's obviously a car barreling down 35, 40 miles an hour because, you know, oh, I'm a little late because, you know, traffic, no excuse, like, again, what's it gonna take? And I hope to hell that I'm not back here again, because of something more severe besides our mailbox.
I mean, the alternate solution is, and
Right,
some of the
thank you.
residents have done this, they park
Thank you.
their car out in the road. And that's gonna be the next step.
Until you guys put no parking signs up there because it congests things too much, because it slows people down.
All right. Anybody
Thank
else
you.
want to speak? Thank you. All right.
So I get, here's one of these situations where, how are we gonna follow up with him? Matt, correct?
Yeah,
Matt,
yep. You have my
Better.
address.
Jesse's got my
Jesse's no
phone number.
stranger.
He's talked to me probably 3 times in the last week.
Okay,
So, do I need to come back up
Just-
there if I want to say one other thing? May I?
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
want something,
No, no,
some
no.
plan.
No. Just one quick thing, because I know I'm not supposed to be talking back there, but you know that's what I do. So, I just want to know, okay, if we're talking about this plan, can something be decided tonight? Especially whether, okay, the signs need to come, like, sure, more signs for 20 miles an hour. I'd rather see, and I know there's a lot of residents on West Edge that want to see that road closed to through traffic. Push that detour to 92. Yes, that's an extra 6 miles one way, 6 miles back, but that is a highway, that can support it, that's a yellow line. Instead of putting them through a residential street. Whether you want to call it a city street or whatnot, it doesn't have a yellow line, okay? So even just detouring, not just the semis, but all traffic, unless you're living in that area. We do know the amount of traffic that goes through there. There's North Saunders, there's everybody that lives off of Halsted, off of West Edge, all that stuff. We know the traffic. But this is 1,000 times different, intense. You can sit out there from 4:30 to 7 o'clock and it looks like gridlock. And there is no patience from anybody when they're on there. I tried to turn into my driveway, just coming home from Jubilee the other day, turning into my driveway. If you know West Edge, we're West Edge and Beechwood. We're right on the corner. We have Sprout, the rock pink caterpillar. It doesn't matter, but
yeah.
so we're right before Beechwood, okay? I slow down with my turn signal on to turn into my driveway, and I hear screeching from a Bronco behind me that didn't realize it, and I almost got rear-ended. Another resident that is a family member of ours that lives on Westwood Circle, that's the cul-de-sac that's off of Evergreen, she was actually, had her brakes on, she was turning into her cul-de-sac, and someone came flying past her, like trying to pass on top. There is no patience from people cutting through there. As residents, us trying to slow down just to get in our driveway, we're being cut off or we're almost rear-ended. The safety there is such a serious factor right now that I want to feel like when we leave here tonight, this evening, that we're heard and there's going to be change or something going into effect, not next Monday. Let's have something happen sooner rather than later before someone gets hurt or something happens. We just had, as my husband mentioned, there was the semi that turned too quick and lost part of its load, and it dug down Beechwood. So all of a sudden, we have that issue too. So something needs to happen faster, sooner rather than later. We don't want to wait until Monday for something, or let's just see, we did the 20 mile an hours, let's see how that goes for a week. No, we're stuck with this until at least July 10th. And I've been informed that this detour is not just till July 10th, because they're still doing the water treatment project after the boat launch area. And if that's going to continue, and we're going to still have a lot of traffic coming up West Edge again past July 10th, you're talking about almost the whole summer. And we don't want to deal with the stress. We don't want to deal with the safety issues. We want something addressed now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jesse, comments?
Sorry, I'd like to add one more point, that maybe we should revisit, again, Matthew Meyer, 2676 West Edge Boulevard. We should revisit lowering the speed limit on West Edge altogether. Instead of 30 miles an hour, it should be at least 20 or 15. It's a neighborhood. It's not just a road through Mound. You know, we need to slow people down through Mound. You know, everybody says Mound is a pass-through city. Nobody stays, everybody just drives through it to get to where they're going. That could be another thing. Slow people down, maybe we can get some restaurants, some business, something to draw. Like he's gone now, but the gentleman that spoke after my wife, he doesn't live here. And he almost has more pride in this town than half the people that live in it. You know, we need to do something to figure out getting businesses here, getting people to actually stay open. Vision Arcade, case in point. I used to take my daughters there when it was open. Every Thursday after school, I'd pick them up, we'd go to the arcade, have some fun, maybe buy a skateboard, maybe buy stickers, do whatever. They closed. Obviously, it's not the city's problem that a business, fails or succeeds. But to get more people in here, opening businesses, tax revenue, things like that, and not just have it be a pass-through town where you can go 45 through a residential neighborhood just to get through it because you live in St. Bonnie or elsewhere. But, let's take some pride in our city and make it be something special.
Well, residents need to take some ownership with this too, on this shop local.
Absolutely.
Because I talked to 15 of them in the last week that all bought their flowers at Costco when we have John's Friday and Pets.
You got
with
True
beautiful
Value,
flowers and True Value. And, the problem is none of our small businesses can get the breaks that Costco can get. Costco loses an arm and a leg on their plants, but they don't care because they make up for it with membership fees. So residents need to take ownership that, instead of going to Costco to get, $6.99 geraniums, I'm gonna go to John's Friday or to the hardware store.
Yeah,
So, and that matters for all of our restaurants, for everything. So I agree with you, but the city takes pride in businesses coming here.
Sure.
But truly, it's the residents who keep business open.
Yeah, that's very true. Like,
It's participation.
RIP, but like Scotty B's was the best thing that was ever here.
Absolutely.
And the fact that it's gone now.
We all
have
miss it.
2 Mexican places, like, don't get me wrong, I love Mexican food. We eat it all the time, but just
Well, Scotty, one of the Scotties is cooking breakfast at the Legion.
At the Legion, yep.
And it's just as
I feel like we're done talking
fantastic.
about construction.
Yeah, okay.
But
anyway.
with
Way to keep
respect
us
to
on
everyone's
track.
time.
Thank you.
Like,
Okay, thank you.
You guys are
I
heard,
digress
you will
from
get,
that.
you will get follow-up, but,
Sure.
everyone will make sure that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think I said this before, but does anybody else want to make public comment? Or I'll move on to the next agenda item?
Well, wait a minute. Can we make a motion for some sort of action to be taken at this stage?
I don't know. We need to
Can we?
give them a chance to
Jesse?
absorb the comments and see what those options might be.
I think
Well,
they've
I
heard
was
the
going to
comments
say
already.
that,
Yeah.
to
This is not
ask
the first round.
the staff by the end of the week to have some sort of resolution for this problem, I think. Is that adequate time for you guys?
Certainly.
Yeah.
I don't think we need a motion. And this,
Okay.
though, obviously,
Just a direction from
yeah, well, I think the
council?
direction's pretty well heard. No,
Yeah,
and-
okay.
And I mean that earnestly, but
Yeah.
we've been talking about this since this morning already as far as how to direct trucks away from West Edge. And construction vehicles for our projects are still going to be in the area.
Yeah,
Part of it is being able to enforce, right? So we don't want to put something up that can't be enforced, because OPD is going to need to be the ones doing the enforcement, and
Right.
Sergeant Spencer, I think, will be able to speak to that in a little bit. But, so I think we can do something more directed towards those larger vehicles. The local ones, since we're not going to know who's coming and going, if it's just a passenger vehicle, that's not really something we can do, but we can do a better job directing towards 92, and then it sounds like, Matt, if you want to jump in, that we can probably at least do something to fully direct vehicles that are larger, that aren't directly related to like our construction or something local.
Yeah, there are a few signs, there's nothing that is very clear towards trucks, but there's a couple that we can look at putting in that are more directed towards tractor trailers. Like I mentioned, there's still gonna be some construction traffic. We need some dump trucks and things like that are gonna be going through, and then the vehicles that are carrying the backhoes in and out of the construction project as well going through there. And as far as any other adjustments to the road, we can keep trying to make tweaks, but short of closing it, there's really just, it's kind of driver habit and what people that are in the area are gonna do. And so that our prerogative has always been to gather people from outside, and then their detour is 92. But we kind of knew that people that live within Mound and Minnetrista, they were gonna use West Edge to the extent that they felt comfortable, and we've been trying to make it less comfortable for them. The mill and overlay that Minnetrista's gonna do is actually afterwards, so that kind of keeps the road a little bit rougher and kind of,
Could the Public Works Department put more cones so it goes the whole way down the road? Because that really slows you down. I was driving home last night and I'm like, where the heck did these come from? You know, yeah, thank you, Matthew, now we know they came from you. But, you know, there aren't enough. So if we're gonna do that, it should be up the whole road.
Every manhole cover, that's how I put it on.
something
Yep.
like that, yeah.
Well, I think they have their,
I think
Driver.
it,
I think they know what, they'll follow
well,
up.
and the other thing I will say, when I was coming back from town, I came northbound on 44 to West Edge, and driving it, I literally had to look at the signage, and I was trying to find out what was going on. There is one small sign that says northbound 110, and it's pointing that way. I don't know, I think maybe we could take a look at that and do a better job of that signage to clearly indicate, you know.
Coming into Mound is challenging for
Yes.
people that don't live here. They wouldn't have a clue what they're
I mean,
supposed to do.
yeah, I mean, if that would divert, I would say, quite a bit of the traffic, because that's why it's backing up on Linwood, because all these cars are trying to turn left. So if even half that traffic was going that way and they turned before they went down West Edge, that would alleviate traffic. It would also prevent the backup down there on Linwood. And, I'm not gonna say it again, but 20 miles an hour, yeah, we need to be better with our signage. That's not clear.
Yeah.
It's much clearer on the Minnetrista end than it is on our end.
All right.
So I guess we're clear, the staff understands
Yeah.
our intent, and
Yeah.
they will respond appropriately.
Okay. I don't believe anybody else wanted to make comments, so, moving on to agenda item number 5. We have our consent agenda with an amendment. Would anyone like to read those off?
I can read that.
Okay?
Where's the amendment?
It's just right here, it's item 5I, so we'll go right there.
Okay.
So I can just read those through and then add that in.
Oh, this,
So it's,
okay.
so do it.
Yep, okay. Consent agenda, A, minutes of the May 26 City Council regular meeting. Approve resolution 2642, approving variance for property at 4936 3 Points. Approve resolution 2643, approving public gathering permit for 2026 Go Bananas Fun Run on Saturday, July 11th. That includes use of Mound roads and Mound parking deck for the event. D, approve resolution number 2644, approving release of financial security for our TESA. E, approve resolution 2645, approving the cancellation of special assessments. F, pay request number 2 in the amount of $79,076.15 to American Liberty for the water treatment plant improvements, well 9, PW 2511. G, pay request number 3 in the amount of $240,756 to Pembroke Companies for the Lost Lake Commons improvements, Phase 2, PW 2410. H, pay request number 4 in the amount of $466,700 to Minger Construction for the water treatment plant infrastructure improvements, Phase 2, PW 25. And we're going to add I, approving a gambling permit for the Northwest Tonka Lions at Spirit of the Lakes Festival, Surfside on July 17th and 18th.
All right, thank you for reading all those. Does anyone want to talk about any of these items or have any questions? Okay, hearing none, can we get a motion to adopt and approve the consent agenda?
Motion to adopt and approve the consent agenda.
Okay, we have a motion, can I get a second?
Second?
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Should, roll call.
Well, we changed roll call to the start,
Oh, did we?
No.
right? And now we don't do it again?
We don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay,
See-
all right.
We don't have to do roll call.
Okay, thank you. I think it's the first time we've done it that way, but yeah, so,
This one's
okay,
different.
all right, well, we had a motion, we have a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? All right, that passes. If you were here for any of the items on the consent agenda, those are all approved. Next.
Good luck.
Thank you.
If I can add, just so you know, with regard to consent agenda,
Yep.
there is no roll call requirement, it just has to be unanimous.
Unanimous approval.
Right.
Yep, okay.
If not, you need to pull that item that doesn't have the
Okay.
unanimous approval.
And then
And then-
review it and approve or deny separately.
Correct.
Okay.
So we're good.
All right. Yeah, I like doing roll call at the beginning. Yeah. All right, number 6, presentations. I think we've got 2 here. We'll do Orono PD first.
Evening, Council.
Good evening.
All right, so for looking over the activity reports for the month of May, we had about 188 calls for service in the city of Mound. Went up from 154 in April. So this is normal. It doesn't necessarily mean crime happening. It's just contacts, more people coming to the area, nice weather. So like medicals, just things that, you know, we may have contact somebody that goes into our system as a contact. So it's nothing that I saw that was spiking up, other than just more foot traffic and more contacts with people in the public. So, I have a few other things. I know you guys have your stuff with West Edge Boulevard. Just what we're doing is everything we can. We have 4 minimums right now that started right after Labor Day, where we went from 3 officers to 4 officers minimums. The men and women that are out there during the day and during the nights, they are stopping cars. They are pulling cars over. They're doing all they can do. We don't have the resources and we don't have the funding to put someone there, or 2 people there, officers, to babysit that and watch that at all times. We do have to take calls to the areas and make sure those are being answered as well. It is a priority of us, for our department, to make sure that things stay safe. This isn't the first summer that we've dealt with severe road construction. And every year we have these issues, and we try to do our best to get men and women from the Orono Police Department out there, stopping cars, being visible, and doing everything we can. We are going to be putting up our speed sign tomorrow. That's going to track speeds and volume of traffic on West Edge, so that you guys can have that data once it is obtained. I don't know how long it's gonna run, like a week or 3 days, whatever you guys decided. This was passed down to me from Deputy Chief. We do have guys out there running LiDAR and stationary radar on a regular basis to deter and do what we can. But we all know that when a police car sits in an area, what's the first thing that happens? People start abiding by the laws, and that's what's happening. But we are still getting a good amount of stops and everything while we are out there. Again, there's 4 of us. We can't always be there, but when we're there, we try to do our best to deter
Are you
that.
focusing on, rush hour both in the morning and at night?
Yes,
or-
because anybody goes through a road close, that is unlawful. So right away when that thing went in, just my crew alone, I think, made close to like 8 stops within a couple hours of people circumventing that road closure sign. There was a few this weekend I know they had to deal with, going through those and making sure people are not doing that, because there is still hazards when they
Right.
go through those barriers, so. But we're doing our best, and we'll continue to do our best, and hopefully kind of curb the issue and stop the issue if we can. It's probably not going to be completely stopped, but at least if we're present, we can note things and handle them as we need to.
Thank you.
I understand that you can't have a quota, but can we try to at least stop a car once an hour during rush hour and early in the morning?
If we can.
I mean, you're more than welcome to park at the end of my driveway. There's a lovely little lilac bush you can hide behind.
And
And that's where the offenses start, right there at the top of the
Yeah.
hill.
Yep.
I mean, they literally are cresting that hill, and then, oh, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to hit a curb, so maybe I better hit my brakes.
yeah.
But
Yep.
that little metered thing down there is showing like 32 miles an hour, 27 miles an hour, you know, even today, when I got home, it was still going on.
Yep,
So,
and we'll do, the men and women that are out there.
I know they're
They're
trying.
hungry, they want to do their jobs, so they're doing their best and grabbing what they can grab and handling what they can handle.
And you have my total permission to park in my driveway.
All right, I'll let them know.
Well, thanks for providing all the detail on that, too.
Yep.
Um,
And Deputy Chief, if, you know, that you guys are in contact, so he's keeping him appraised of what we're doing and everything like that. So, again, note that we are doing absolutely the most we can do with the resources that we have,
Okay.
so.
Thank you.
And nothing else more than that, just Mound Fish Fry went well, we had a couple issues, but they resolved quickly. And Chief Stensrud has started his transition as our police chief. He's going to have a lot on his plate for the next few months and a lot of transitioning to learn the job. But he will do everything he can to be present and make sure that the decisions are being made that need to be made, so.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
No, but you had
Thank you.
one more.
I have two questions, just one,
Did-
with
did she have-
the speed
Well, we
tracker
can't
that-
reopen the public comment.
Oh, oh.
Can it be placed somewhere in,
That's why you
like,
have the active.
not close to the stop sign? Because everybody starts slowing down pretty far back, like where, when you're going southbound towards the four-way stop sign, there's that speed reader right there.
Just need to-
It's almost too close to the stop sign, people are already slowing down at that point. So as far as the tracker, and can we actually put that closer, like closer to Beechwood? There's even an outlet right there, right close to Beechwood and West Edge, that would be nice, because that's like middle ground. So that's where people are going the fastest, where we could actually, or at the bottom of the hill, you know? So that would be part one question, where would be the placement for that tracker to make sure that you're actually getting appropriate readings?
You guys, we can't reopen the public comment, and you guys can definitely ask questions, but just do that in the hallway, and,
Oh, okay.
yeah, we just can't reopen the public hearing part. You guys are more than welcome to talk about it, just in the hallway or after he's done with his
Can I ask
presentation.
one question then, if it's just questions
No.
are open?
No, we can't reopen the public hearing,
Oh, it's not public comment, it was just about the.
yeah.
Officer
After the meeting
Spencer
or in the
will be
hallway,
happy.
it's completely fine, we just gotta move on with, yeah.
That would be great, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we don't have anything else for Officer Spencer. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item 6B, tour to Tonka.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. I'm Jenny Bedurka. I work at Minnetonka Community Ed. Glad to be back again and see you guys. I've been here a number of years to talk about Tour de Tonka. So it's always the first Saturday in August, which will be August 1st this year. So we can flip to the next slide, and I'll just give you guys a little bit of an update. Again, we are part of Minnetonka Community Ed. This is one of the large community events that we do each year, and we can go to the next slide. We always want to make it affordable for families and community members to participate, so we do have a lot of great sponsors that help support the event. Listed there, doing a variety of things, from helping support transportation with our first student busing company to Park Dental, financial sponsorship. Boyer helps build that arch that you see in the back of the picture there. So lots of different people doing lots of different things. Domino's has pizza at the finish line for all our riders as well. So we can flip to the next slide. A little bit of a recap. Last year was our 20th anniversary of Tour de Tonka, so we did lots of fun things to celebrate those 20 years and bringing our community together. We've had riders from 22 states last year and then 113 cities. So great representation from across the state with folks riding through Mound, and we'll tell you a little bit about some of that as we go on to the next slide. Each year we do survey our participants to learn all the things about the day that they like, don't like, things we could improve on and change for the future. So we're really proud to say 99.4% of respondents said it was a well-organized and well-planned event. So it takes a big team of volunteers and staff to make it happen, and just positivity about law enforcement and volunteer presence, kind of the safety in the organization, the fun at our rest stops, and kind of just the community building of the event. So we can go on to the next slide to just talk about the upcoming year. So we will have 4 routes for riders this year, the 16-mile, 24, 40-mile, and 58-mile options. We'll continue with an online merchandise store that folks can get special Tour de Tonka gear prior to the event. We're going to be adding a family zone at the end, just kind of fun activities for family at the high school when the event ends. And we're going to have some designated cheering zones along the way for families to kind of be able to see their riders as they go through the towns. So this is our big map. We start and finish at Minnetonka High School. That's new this year. All of our starts will be at the same location at the high school, and finish there as well. And then they make their way around town depending on the distance that they're riding. And our 40 and 58 milers are going to be who will be coming through Mound. They will have rest stops along the way where they can have food, get water, there'll be entertainment, and we'll have bike mechanics. So a chance to rest and regroup, and then they'll be back on their way.
Is Bethel still going to be?
Yeah, and they're coming up maybe on the next slide. There they are. So our rest stop is at Bethel United Methodist Church, and they are a fantastic community partner with us. So many people from the church come and volunteer on that day. They'll put up a tent and have like misters when it's hot out, and they do all kinds of fun things. So they have a great volunteer presence, and we also have a big band, Little Chicago, that's there. So they're under a big tent and having a lot of fun. And it's a nice stop along the way before they head onto the trail. So last year, these are the cities and states that people were from that came through that rest stop. But we're excited about another fun year at the church for the rest stop. You can go on to the next one. Speaking of volunteers, it takes a lot of volunteers to make this event happen. At least 400 volunteers needed for various things. It could be helping check in people at registration. It could be directing traffic on a corner. It could be helping serve food at a rest stop. Sort of something for everybody in a couple of hours, or we have things where you could be with us all day. So you can use that QR code to find a link. We have all the different, we have a great website that has all the different volunteer times, locations, what you're going to do, so you can choose your own adventure and sign up to volunteer. And on the next slide, I have shared in the past, we partner with our local ICA food shelf as part of Tour de Tonka. A portion of every registration goes to support that, and participants can also choose to additionally donate to them along the way. And the amazing thing about the ICA is they have great buying power. I think it's 1 to 4. They can buy 4 times more with the money they use with the people that they buy food from. So to date, we have donated over $105,000 to support them, and they're a great resource for families in our community. So we'll be doing that again. A big shout out and thank you to all of our safety partners in law enforcement. We traverse a lot of ground on busy roads, and we have support from police and fire throughout the communities to help us make that happen. And we also work a lot with our city partners as well to get permits and be coming through all of these different spaces. So the next slide, just kind of your local folks. We really appreciate the work with Orono PD as well as the City Public Works team. We've been coming through Mound a long time and appreciate the continued support from your team. And that may bring me to the end of my presentation, which is we hope to see you all on August 1st. I know some council members in the past have participated. Hopefully you guys have seen the crowds come through town, and many have said it's kind of like a little bit of a scenic tour of the West Metro for folks to say, oh, there's lots of cool places out here that I might want to come move or come back and visit and see. So we thank you for your support of a big event coming through your town, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
I guess for people that are volunteering, I think that was
Yeah.
like the QR code.
Yeah.
Is there like another way they can?
Yeah, if you go to our website, tourdetonka.org, there'll be a drop-down that says volunteer, and there'll be a link there. You can find it. So
Okay.
if you find the Community Ed website or go to Tour de Tonka, you can find it there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Jenny. It's
Yeah.
always good to see you.
Yeah, you guys too. Thanks so much. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next
Thank
spring.
you.
Have a
Hopefully
good
it's
night.
another success this year
Thank
for you.
Yeah, you guys had good weather last year, if I
Yeah.
remember
We
right.
did, yeah, a little bit
Yeah.
of air quality concern, but no
Yeah.
rain
No
and
rain.
no storms. So we can't win them all, but that one was, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
good. Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
you.
All right, moving on to number 7, no public hearings, no old business for number 8. New business, 9A. Mr. Baumann?
Thank you, acting mayor and members of the council. Matt Baumann, city engineer. We got 2 items on the agenda tonight. The first one is award of the 2026 sewer televising project. So annually, the city staff, Public Works, goes around and they clean a section of sewer, and then we get quotes for doing the televising, because the firms that do that are much quicker and a little more organized than city staff, and helps spread the work out. So we got 4 quotes this year. The low quote is American Environmental LLC. And we do recommend awarding to them. And then if you're interested, the areas that they're gonna be working on are kind of all of 110, which is helpful since the traffic is lower on that. They're gonna be a little section of the northwest section of Dutch Lake area, and then I think all of Tonkawood area as well. With that, I'll stand for any questions. Otherwise, you have a resolution to award the quote to American Environmental.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Baumann?
Yeah.
Let's see here, I've got my.
I can read that. Is it the one
Okay.
on 69?
Yeah, so if we do just 9A separately, yeah, we need a motion on that.
Yeah.
2646.
Yeah, it's 2636. On page
40.
70. Oh, here it is. Okay.
68.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, one more. Just, this is the motion.
Oh, motion to approve resolution 2646, awarding contract for 2026 sewer televising project, city project PW 2604.
All right, we have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? That will pass. And then we can move on to 9B.
All right, thank you again, acting mayor, members of the council. So the second item that I have on the agenda is to award this 2026 CIPP E3 area project. So that actually is it's a sewer lining project, and so the area itself is kind of around Emerald Lane, Avon Park, and so that is one of the areas that has a significant amount of inflow and infiltration whenever we get big rains, and so we've rehabbed the lift station and everything around there, and it still has some issues whenever there is a lot of rain, so we wanted to attack that by getting some of the pipes lined and hopefully limit some of the clean water that gets in there. So we went out for bids for that, and we got 5 bids. This was last Monday. And Vizu Sewer is the low bid, and we would recommend awarding to them. They're 26% below the engineer's estimate and 67% below the high. So it is a good number. With that, again, I'll stand for any questions.
Does anybody have any questions?
Exactly, what are they gonna do again?
So it's called cured in place pipe. And so they slip a, kind of a soft sock with chemicals on it into the pipe, and then they inflate that or one way or another, and then that heats up and then turns into a solid pipe
Seal, yeah.
within the existing, and
Okay.
then they cut out the surfaces so everything functions as it should, but then there's a lot fewer.
Extends the life of the pipe then. I'm
It
assuming.
extends the life of the pipe, and there's a lot of clay tile in the ground, so that's, I don't remember the exact distance, but it's like every 3 feet there's a joint, and those are not sealed, so that allows roots and water to get in there, kind of wherever it wants to, so.
Okay.
Expensive stuff no one can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like buying a new furnace.
Yeah, exactly. Any questions for Mr. Baumann? Okay, I think we need a motion on this too. Is there a motion for 9B?
I can read it. Motion to approve resolution 2647, accepting bids for the 2026 CIPP E3 area project, PW 2608.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Okay, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? And that passes as well.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Let's see. All right, announcements. Let's see, I don't have, we just go in alphabetical order here. I'll just go from left to right. Do you have any?
Your left or my left?
Sorry.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Their left.
I was gonna say, wait a minute here.
We'll just go down the line.
I don't really have any announcements, other than we do have, Jesse, help me out here, Chief Peterson's retirement party on Friday.
Yeah,
That is
What now?
Fletcher's.
5 to
sorry.
8 p.m., I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 to 8 p.m.
What is it?
Just,
Yeah.
Can you enlighten us all?
I was going to say, I can either
It's on
go
my
at the end or
phone,
now,
but
but
it's
since you mentioned it, yes, so that one's one that his family was hosting. Of course, if you saw the invite, it said open to all. We'll have Chief Peterson at our next council meeting for one last sort of round of applause in front of the council. And then there will be an open house on the 30th from 2 to 4, which culminates in his final call-out, which is, I'm told, kind of a tearjerker. So that'll be obviously at the fire station. So.
Mhm.
Okay. And I was at the fish fry, I think you were too,
Yep.
and that went really well. I'll be anxious to see what type of numbers they pulled. And what else did we do?
Perfect
this-
weather.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's about all I have. And also thank Ryan for his efforts to make signs, and hopefully he can get a few more done.
He's in Mexico.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
But
he's-
I'm sure someone else knows how
Just
to run
in
that
time.
machine. It's brand new, didn't it
Yeah.
cost him?
He's still on his phone, I can tell you that.
That's all I have.
Yeah, to piggyback off Michelle, a big, huge thanks to all of the MFD. You know, that's just such a fantastic event, and great bands and great fun again this year. And then I don't really have anything. Our planning commission meeting was a really small agenda, and in fact, the couple that was here for the 3 points variance, we passed that, so that was about all we had on our
Oh,
agenda.
yeah, yeah.
So, that's all I've got.
Okay. All right.
Okay, for me, the park, the benches are in, and as the staff had told us, while it seemed like we were ordering a lot of benches, there's still a lot of space
Yeah.
to fill up. But I tried them out. They're accessible, they're easy to sit, they're the right height for people lifting themselves up and getting out and everything, and I think they're really attractive.
They look great.
So that was really good to see. However, in talking with the farmers market, they were informing me, remember originally in the design, there was supposed to be an extended area past where the
coffee?
Yeah, where the
Is that like the
coffee guys
staging
is.
area?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
staging
right
area,
now.
past where those shelters were for expansion. But now, because of infrastructure issues, such as putting in sprinkler systems, and I don't think the lighting has anything to do with it, but they were told that they could not use that for expansion.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that there's sprinklers in the, between the parking tarp and the,
And the herd?
So it's like the
And
end of
the
the
trail.
old parking lot, and then there's like
Yeah.
the staging area, and then there's the new paver stamped area.
Mhm.
So the part in the middle, is that what you're kind of talking about?
well.
I thought that was
it's-
kind of ended up for the expansion of the farmer's market.
Well, there was,
Okay.
yeah, it was all along the trail. It was, you know, extended beyond down to almost where the sidewalk turns, where the
Okay.
trail turns. And so I guess I just, you know, they were disappointed, but they, you know, what can they do about it?
Were they told they couldn't go there, or
No,
can't they
were-
get their?
they had a meeting with Public Works. And-
Oh, really?
And they were told that they could not expand
Oh,
beyond that. But in our original plan, we had always said that that was expansion area. And the market has gotten bigger. There's food producers now.
Is that because of where the bike thingies are gonna go to block the way?
Maybe
'Cause we
that's
had
something
s-
Ryan could follow up like at a future, if that's
Yeah.
indeed true or not. you
Right.
know?
Well, so I was party to the one meeting at City Hall where we were talking about the expansion onto the new pavilion type area. And there was, part of that conversation had to do with keeping trucks off of that, sort of drop your trailer or whatever at the edge of the trail so that people don't, because some people have sort of assumed that was a parking area. Our thought, just offhand, without knowing about that conversation, is that that could just be because the irrigation is just going in. That, I mean, light traffic can definitely go over
That
irrigated
road.
areas, right? So we'll just have to follow up
Yeah.
with Ryan or whoever they spoke with, because I'm not fully grasping that.
They do have a small trailer that they store their signage and their tables and tent and thing that they use. And I know they used to park it over there kind of behind the signage from the trail. And so it was just a field, so who cared, right?
Right.
So it may be, I haven't looked at it recently, but that may be
Yeah, it's
too
still
close
there.
to the paved.
But you're right, Sherry, the original
Yeah.
plans were for the farmer's market to be able to.
Yeah,
and-
overflow.
Yeah, overflow. So I'm glad you brought that up, and,
She's saying
Mary's
that.
there every week, so
Yeah.
Right.
Ryan can probably follow up with her and,
I think Matt
Get
might have
something
an answer
figured out.
for us here.
Yeah, I just said it because the park improvements aren't done yet, and we're still trying to get
Right.
grass to grow, and
Yeah.
there's actually some concrete that needs to be repaired, so
Yeah.
I'm just guessing that that's kind of what the direction is from. We need to get all
Yeah.
that stuff done, and then.
Yeah, and I know we've had some difficulties with people driving up on the plaza, the promenade and parking. So,
There's quite a bit of cracked concrete
Yeah.
from when I walked over there. It's all
so,
kicked off and
Yeah.
being sprayed back
so
again.
that has gone on. Let me see what else is.
Since you brought that up, where are we with grass out there? It still looks awful full of weeds to me. Not looking any better.
It's a process.
Yeah.
Right now, they're getting the irrigation going again.
Uh-huh.
But again, they have to redo some of the concrete, so there's gonna be little patches that could.
Now, I'm talking about the main part of the thing. It's not grass, it's still weeds.
Yeah.
And I
well,
mean,
there's
this
still a
is-
lot of mud too.
This is year 3,
Yeah.
and we're still not producing grass, we're producing weeds.
So the irrigation has been damaged a lot, so
Right.
they're out
Okay,
there right
that's
now.
sections,
fixing
right?
that. Then the contractor, the one that was there last, has been kind of given some direction to do some more, to aerate, because there's a lot of trucks driving through there, to be able to do some of the other concrete, so they can kind of compact it in there, and then have them add some more topsoil, scrape off some of the rocks that have shown up, and then that'll take some more seed on top of that, and then as the grass is getting better, then we can do a better job of spraying for weeds, and then the grass is stronger. If they spray when the grass is too young and small, then it all dies, and we're kind of.
Right, so, but we're still not gonna have grass by September then. It sounds like we're gonna have to do a lot of remediation work to get there.
We should be in pretty good shape, because we have
Okay.
irrigation, and they're kind of cleaning up and working their way out now.
Okay.
Okay. But all in all, it's looking great. It really is something we can be proud of. I think that's all I had.
Okay. I thought the tables looked great too, and I just wanted clarification where we left off. Didn't we order some and we wanted to see if they looked good and then we were gonna order more? Or
That's
where
what
are
I
we
thought was going on.
at?
I think he ordered, I don't think
Maybe
the
they're not
picnic
here yet.
tables are here yet. It's just the
Well, there was like
octagonal
4
tables.
octagonal ones.
They're here.
Oh, and then the rectangle ones.
Those are,
coming.
those are still coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they look really good.
And I think they got 6 or 8 of those.
right.
Okay. Did you have anything else, Sherry? I'm sorry.
No.
Okay. I was just gonna talk about the awesome tables. I don't personally have anything either. Went for my old man walk around them 3 times last week, and yeah, they look great.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I don't know, the grass thing, there's other parks that aren't in Mound that I won't name, but, people have spent far more on sod and stuff, and they get the same thing. It's like, it's just all dead, and it's frustrating. I wish it looked better, but it will,
Well, I'm sure we'll get it in order because.
someday.
The turf in all of our parks is really great.
Yeah,
And so We know how to do it. It's just getting it done.
Yeah, and we gotta kind of get the contractors
Yeah.
out of
What
there.
contractor is in charge of grass, by the way?
I think Blackstone for that particular
One more
one.
time?
Who's the contractor that's in charge of the grass?
I don't remember the subs specifically that are in charge of it, but we have New Look did the first phase of the park, and then so that, they did a portion of it, and then.
They subbed it out?
Pember was in charge of this next phase, so there's some overlap with those two pieces as well, but Pember will be the one kind of cleaning up, especially where the work was done mostly.
Okay.
Cool. Well, the lights look awesome too. I think
Yeah.
all those,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah,
they're called
there's-
pillars or not, they're like, you know,
There's-
that,
There's some more on the way, so it's not quite done yet.
yeah. I think as you said, Les, there's somewhere to be when you want to go sit
Yeah.
down there now, but.
And, you know, I've been down there several times too, and the tables are all being used. Almost
Right, yeah.
every time I've been down there, there's people on all the tables, so that's great. Now, all we need to do, which would be beautiful, is to get some shade for people.
Right,
but-
we're gonna need to build some sort of
Yeah,
shelter
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
All right, if nothing else from us, 10B, city manager report.
I don't have any report. I was gonna mention the Peterson stuff, so
Cool.
Sword of Thunder, sorry.
that's all good.
All right, next council meeting will be June 23rd at 6 PM on Tuesday. And with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Have a motion,
Second.
have a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? We are adjourned.